are condemning the Biden administration move to split $7 billion in frozen assets from the Afghanistan central bank. Now, half will be reserved, while U.S. courts consider claims for compensation by the families of terror attack victims. The decision came shortly after the 6-month anniversary of the Taliban takeover of Kabul. VOA correspondent Jessica Stone has more in details.
From Washington, well, the White House actually justifies this decision by saying basically, look, the Taliban refused to give us Osama bin Laden after the September 11th attacks. We are going to take these steps to penalize the Taliban now. What are these steps? There's this $7 billion in frozen funds in the Afghanistan central bank. And we're going to take half of it, $3.5 billion, and set that aside for the victims' families from September 11th. Now, meantime, experts say this actually sends the wrong message to the people of Afghanistan, many of whom feel abandoned and betrayed by the actions of the U.S. government in that chaotic withdrawal in August.
These are the reserves of the Afghan people. They're not the reserves of the Taliban. And so freezing them and starting to divvy them up based on our own internal calculations, I think sends the wrong message to the people of Afghanistan about what role the United States is playing in terms of responding to the humanitarian and really to the economic crisis that they're experiencing.
In what is certainly a rare irony, experts like that one actually agree with the Taliban itself. The spokesman issuing this by tweet, quote, stealing the Afghan people's money that was frozen by the United States is the lowest a country could stoop to morally and humanly. But critics of the Taliban say the Taliban has no right to these funds, that they actually belong to the Afghan people. Now, my VOA colleague actually recently interviewed Senator Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire. She is a really powerful advocate for Afghan women in the U.S. Senate. Listen to what she had to say.
Most of us who have tried to be supportive of Afghanistan recognize that it's a very difficult balance right now, because we want to see humanitarian aid get to the people of Afghanistan, but we don't want to see the Taliban benefit from those dollars and be able to use them for corrupt purposes. So the international aid community that's been operating in Afghanistan for a very long time needs to be engaged in trying to ensure that those funds get out to people who need it so that the country can continue to operate.
What we still really don't know here is how is the Biden administration going to distribute that $3.5 billion in humanitarian aid to the Afghan people with no effective boots on the ground? Back to you.